Ron, are there any companies out there right now that you look at that surprise you in how they're embracing the digital journey, the innovation? Like, who stands out to you?
So, I could easily say things like the most digital native businesses out there, which are innovative, but
Yeah,
that's the
they're
easy.
easy.
Yeah, exactly. I could say Netflix, I could say Uber, I
Yeah,
could say, like the biggest
Amazon,
brands.
Google. Yeah,
Exactly, but for them it's almost mandatory and that's their culture. And I'm
right.
actually surprised by companies that have been existing for longer than that and companies that
Hmm.
are, born not digitally. They're born for a different business and they do manage to keep innovate. So, one of the stories that I really like is McDonald's. I know I'm not a big fan
Yeah,
of their food, but I'm really a big fan of the way they provide it, the
yeah,
innovation that they provide on top of it. You think of, McDonald's is like a burger company. Probably if you'll ask, half of the people around the globe, they'll say, oh, these are the burger guys.
right.
And it's much more than that. People don't think it's a data or tech company, but actually it's pretty much is. And, from starting to bring in the fast checkouts on drive-throughs and, in the branches, where you can just get yourself something. It's not intuitive to think about something like that. And they came up
Hmm.
with that. And all the data that they're analyzing, they have a lot of use cases and stories, how they improved, their own business using the data that they've gathered, on what people like and how do they consume it and when do they consume it. You don't think that a company that provides milkshakes would try to understand where and when people are, consuming milkshakes. And then on top of it,
Right.
they also provide personalization. If I'm getting into McDonald's and another person gets into McDonald's, we'll get a different experience, which is amazing to think because what else can I get there? It's just burger, nuggets, milkshake,
Right.
but then
Right.
each one has its own flavor. And, it's a company that continuously acquire. The reason I know about them because there's been a company in Israel, a startup that got acquired to them. And, that lead up to me. Why does McDonald's buy marketing, tech, and data company in Israel? And ultimately,
I
we're
see.
looking at them and they're results driven. They really strive to have an end goal to their transformation rather than just let's bring some new technologies on board and let's see if something happens.
It's interesting too, Ron, because it would have been easy for them to do nothing. It would have been easy for them to just keep making burgers and milkshakes, kind of the
Exactly.
status quo. Yet it seems like what stands out is they're embracing that direction going forward. That's a good one. It's funny, I've been hearing a lot about them in that regard too. It's coming up a lot in some of the tech news, some of the innovations and things that they're doing. So that's a
Yeah.
great one.